Hey there, it's Eileen Gilbo with the Real Las Vegas at Urban Nest Realty. And today I get the privilege of sitting down virtually, but still sitting down with Julie Brander of SCORE Las Vegas. And if you haven't heard of SCORE, it is an awesome resource for local business owners. So I don't know that you'll get more engaged mentors than you'll find at SCORE. So, hi, Julie.
Good morning.
How are you?
Very good.
Good. So, thank you for being here with me. And I just had a couple of questions for you. So, I'll fill you in on a little secret of how I became acquainted with SCORE. So as you know, as maybe you don't know, I am the current membership chair for NAWBO Southern Nevada, which is National Association of Women Business Owners. And we were at a luncheon, and you actually came to the luncheon and I met you. And I asked what your business was and what you did, and you told me that you worked with SCORE. I had no idea what it was, and then you proceeded to fill me in on, a small piece of what you guys do, because you do so much. And I just kind of stuck it in my brain somewhere. And as I started working with my commercial real estate clients who were opening a retail clothing store, they came from the corporate world, had never owned their own business. I told them, hey, I just heard about this place here in town who gives free advice and mentoring to people who are business owners. They literally called that day, they had a meeting, they found a mentor, and that mentor walked them through every single step of the process. That when they successfully opened that business, that mentor was there at the grand opening. I mean, this is how tight they had become getting this business open. So, but I thought I would give you the opportunity to let people know what services SCORE offers.
So we're a nonprofit organization founded in 1964, and there are over 12,000 mentors with all types of different business backgrounds, and we share our expertise free of charge for the life of your business. So our services are anything and everything. I can tell you that I actually did go to SCORE. I owned a business for 20 years. I was having a partnership dispute. I found SCORE in New York City at the Javits Center at a trade show, called them, went there, and they really helped me so much make that decision of whether to sell the business or keep the business. And a month after I met with SCORE, they called me and recruited me to become a SCORE mentor. And I actually retired at the age of 41. So the things I had gone through in business for 20 years is something we pride ourselves in sharing with other business owners who are having struggles and challenges, and they just don't know what to do. And it's not something you can talk to your parents about or your friends about. Unless you're in that business with that industry, you just can't talk to anybody because people don't have the correct advice. And I always say, you've got to talk to the expert who knows exactly what it is that you're going through. So with a retail store, understanding the lease and getting a mentor to review that and negotiate that for you, understanding how many square feet you need, exactly how to plan that, how much money you need to borrow. So we go through the whole process with you, writing a business plan, marketing plans, financial plans, anything you need, we're here to help.
And they sat down, their mentor sat down with them. they actually wrote down a 5-year projection of what that business was going to look like. Of course, it's all blown out of the water now as we record this, but I mean, through no fault of anyone. But that, I mean, I thought that was so amazing because it's not a blanket, we help you with, we have experts in this industry, and that's who they pair you with, is to allow you to get that actual expertise of people running that same type of business, which I didn't understand until I actually, my clients went through it.
The other thing is you need to know is there's 70 mentors in the Las Vegas chapter. We have 17 women, and I advise everyone to talk to more than one business mentor because everybody has a different experience in business, and no two businesses are exactly the same.
Right.
So you can literally run your business any way you want. It just needs to make sense. So what's happening now is people need to pivot, and they need to understand how they can monetize their product or service in a way to continue to help their clients. And as we know, all businesses solve problems. What's the problem that people are having today? How can we help you? And the same thing with mentoring. I'm finding businesses now desperate for some kind of a financial plan of what they need to do. If the business isn't going to open again, how do they get out of that business?
Right.
And if it, and are you able to take that business service and sell it online or deliver it or do anything that you can? You just have to think outside the box and determine a service that your clients need. And of course, the relationship is the key. So anybody who is in business needs to maintain that relationship with their clients. I'm really advising people not to charge, like Las Vegas Athletic Club. Everything's free. And I'll tell you, people will remember you. If you give free services now, when they have money, they're going to call you and do business with you. And also because they're going to know you're top of mind. Right. So again, we continue nurturing relationships with people.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that was so interesting, I actually took a class probably till the end of that class, I thought that I wanted to start a nonprofit. So you guys have a great nonprofit class. I think it did cost a little bit, but very minimal. And you sit and you decide if that's what you want to do. If you want to start that nonprofit, then they pair you with somebody who can walk you through that process more specifically. But I mean, you guys just offer such a wealth of information. So I know right now that there's a lot of business owners who might be closed, who can't really do what their normal routine is. They're sitting at home, bored out of their minds. What is the process for becoming a mentor at SCORE?
So I'll tell you, we do provide over 100 workshops a year on different topics. So we're always looking for subject matter experts that can share their expertise. And now all of our programs are via Zoom, and every week we have a different course available. So we would welcome anybody who wants to speak on a relevant topic on what's going on today. And the other thing is any business owner, just to be there for peer support for other business owners, sharing your challenges and how you overcame them is what really gives me the drive to continue to help small businesses. As you know, a woman in business is a big challenge in and of itself. How do you compete? So my background was in manufacturing, but I also got my real estate license. I was a commercial real estate agent in Connecticut, one of 5. And guess how that felt with the men coming to me and saying, why are you going into commercial real estate? I mean, I grew up in the business. I know the business and investment property. So you share what you know and you do what you love. And I love helping women. I'm very familiar with NAVO. I was involved with NAVO in Connecticut. I mean, it's the most wonderful organization, and every woman needs the support from other women. And we also have a women's Zooming Back to Business that we're having. It's an open forum, ask your questions on any business challenge that you have on May 7th. So there's just so much going on, and we all teach each other, support each other, and inspire each other and learn from each other. And that's what it is. Yeah. So we welcome anyone who would like to be a SCORE volunteer. You would go to the website score.org, which is our national website. There's over 12,000 mentors, 300 chapters across the country, and you just sign up that you want to volunteer, and we would love to have you.
Well, and I'm sure there's some qualifications, probably, some things, and then I need to stress that these mentors are not getting paid. They are volunteers. There is no, the great thing about doing this is you get to share your wealth of knowledge, but there's not going to be this famous word we have right now. There's not going to be any quid pro quo. It's not going to happen.
Exactly. Yeah. In fact, we sign a code of ethics that everything we discuss is strictly confidential. So if you have a secret patent or idea, we do not divulge that or discuss it. And we're not allowed to take any monetary payment in any way. We can't promote. If I had a business on the side, I can't promote it. I can't take gifts. It's 100% free of charge. And there's never like you go to the Zoom meetings and they say, come to a free educational, and at the end of the Zoom, you got to pay $1,200 a year for the program. So there's none of that. It's always free of charge, and our workshops are low cost.
They are.
When they were face-to-face, but now we're not charging. It's free of charge because people are really struggling and faced with such challenges. We're just not going to monetize at this time until things get back to normal. And what does that normal look like? So we have to figure out what the new normal looks like and figure out how we're going to do business in a different way in order to cover our overhead and pay our bills. And, we just have to figure out how to work it out.
Yeah, and I think that's what's, amazing with your organization as well, is that, like we talk about pivoting and, on how to change up the, what we called normal way of doing business, and honestly, I mean, it could have taken months for you and I to get together, to actually find a place to sit down, to have this conversation. Our schedules would have had to have meshed. We would have had, we're kind of on two sides of the city. We would have had to find, a spot that's kind of centrally located to both of us. And, here, this took less than, a few days. We had the questions that we wanted to ask. We had what we wanted to talk about. And here we are recording this today. So, I mean, we really are having to learn to take what we knew, kind of throw it out the window and say, okay, how can we provide the most benefit to the most amount of people in the shortest amount of time? Because things are changing so quickly right now that the discussion we have today may not be relevant tomorrow.
And again, you have to be flexible in business. I mean, think about the hours and hours and hours of traveling time. I mean, to get across the city, it's a half an hour. So that could have been 4 hours of my day. And now in the relaxation of my home with my coffee and whatever I need, I can do 3 or 4 Zoom meetings a day, including, you have your routine, you call your family, you FaceTime with the grandchildren, you're educating educating yourself. You're learning new things. You're doing more social media today. Now you have to, because you have to be in front of people. And that's the way we do it, Zoom and social media. So what social media platforms are effective and relevant? So there's so many webinars on all of these topics that everyone should take advantage of, because there's just a wealth of information. Even learning Zoom is something that we all need to know, because that's not going away. No. So we're constantly learning new things.
Yeah, and I think that as we go forward, you know, especially as you guys get together at SCORE and, you know, make out a new you know, operating manual and how you're going to do things. And it's everything, I feel honestly, is just going to become more effective, you know, so, and that can't possibly be a bad thing. So if people are struggling right now, owning a business, what is your like number one suggestion? I mean, what should they take advantage of with SCORE today?
So I can tell you that I've mentored in the, you know, it's 48 days now that we've been in social distancing. And I would say I've met and I'm talking to at least 3 or 4 people a day. Yeah. So the biggest challenge is this. If you're a home-based business and a coach or a service business, it's much easier because people are used to the virtual. But if you have an actual retail store, you need to talk to the landlord and negotiate that rent to be frozen, and or if you don't think you can reopen and be profitable, like look at restaurants today. Restaurants are not going to look the way they've looked. They can't ever be full capacity. So at 25% or 50%, is that your break even? Can you make money? If you can't make money, unfortunately, you're going to need to close and think of another way to do business. Right. So as a restaurant, perhaps you'll do catering. Perhaps you'll do delivery. Perhaps you'll do, you know, customized meal plans for the week. You'll do a membership for. So there's so many ways. The main thing is the cash and managing your money. How can you reduce your expenses? So right now, with no income coming, you need to negotiate all of your interest rates. You need to call the credit card companies, pay the minimum, lower the interest rates. And with your mortgage, you need to discuss if it makes sense to get that 90-day, you know, freeze. But then you have to pay it at the end of 90 days. If there's no income, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
So, you know, do you need short-term money? That could be a line of credit, you know, that you use just to cover you for the next few months that you can pay back. Again, your relationship with your bank and what's available to you. But I would say managing your money is everything right now because of the unknown. I mean, you know, it's just so challenging. And how are you going to make ends meet?
Yeah.
I welcome anyone to contact me. I'm dedicated to helping you succeed in business. And I think outside the box because as an entrepreneur, I started a business with $1,000 and money was everything. How am I going to save money so that it's more profit? Yeah. And that's really how you have to look at it. How do you make that dollar stretch?
Right. Well, I'm going to link the all the website information, you know, because really all you need to do is sign up for the emails from SCORE. They will literally send you notifications for every Zoom meeting, you know, what time, what day, and they have industry experts on practically every field that I can think of. And most of them, from what I've been seeing, Julie, correct me if I'm wrong, most of them are local.
Yes. Well, as I said, we have 70 mentors in our chapter with all different types of backgrounds. So entrepreneurs, corporate, you know, bankers, lawyers, you know, social media experts, we have everything that you need. But If you go to lasvegas.score.org, lasvegas.score.org, you go to our website, you're going to see webinars and all kinds of educational materials, outlines, anything you need, you can get information free of charge. We never charge for anything. And we're, again, one of the oldest business associations in the country. And this is what we do, and we're good at it. So feel free to reach out to me directly, and I'm happy to help everyone. And of course, make sure that you get the expert that you need. And there's also a lot of professionals, lawyers, accountants, bankers that will sit down and talk to you free of charge, and help you with any issues that you may have. But life is a negotiation. So during this time, we need to negotiate everything. Just like my kids negotiated getting their first car, so we need to negotiate everything. We need to save money, and we need to figure out a way to give our customers what they need right now and help them. And we're all in it together, and we're here to support you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I want to thank you. I know we're kind of in a time crunch because you are so incredibly busy, but I really want to thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. And I'm going to link your information and the SCORE website information to the bottom of this video. And please reach out. They are a resource that if you own a business in Las Vegas or anywhere else for that matter, there are local chapters probably wherever you are. So just reach out and see how they can help you, because they're truly an underused resource, I believe. So thank you so much. And we will see you the next time with some more great information. Bye.
Thank you.